Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Medieval Engineers. I'm here in Weem's Oasis, as I've been calling it. And yeah, over my shoulder you could see the shack slash workhouse slash pile of wood is mostly complete. I think I'll take you over there and show you the insides a bit. I've got some crates outside. You can see those over to the right. I've got some sandstone in them, some sticks. That's there for a very clear purpose. It's there for a reason. It's not me just being lazy throwing boxes around, believe it or not. So we'll talk about that in a bit, but let me run you around inside real quick and show you how things are looking here. Okay, so we've got obviously some new roof on here, and it changed a little bit, but obviously there's still some holes. They didn't finish everything, corner pieces like that. I may or may not finish that. Backside is the way it was before, but I've moved a few things around in here. One of these crates I ended up moving outside. I made a new one that's outside. I think this one was new here. I did go get a bunch more gold, not a bunch more, but a bit more gold, and you can see I've made ingots out of that. I got a little bit of iron, but lost my pick. This pick you can see is broke down. This is actually my second pick. I did get a bit more copper, and I have a little bit in here that can still be smelted, so a little bit of a start on those ingots there. I did move the bed in, I moved the chest in from the campground outside. So those are the kind of quick and dirty changes, obviously with the new floor and everything up there, but and some holes to fill. I'll get to that though. But let me run outside, we'll talk about the main goal today. So if I kind of jog over here, I had those crates out here, and they're out here for a reason. This isn't me just being random. I've got the sticks and I have sandstone, and those are separated. There's like large stone, but there's large sandstone as well. Two different materials, but you know, just as easily found. Basically, when I was up mining some more gold, I was really getting a lot of the sandstone, which is good because we need that to make the building that I want to make. Now the goal here was to make this be the workshop slash storage area, and then I wanted to make a sandstone structure of some kind, like a home or whatever. And the reason for that is kind of twofold. I've got, one, I want to see the sandstone stuff, the walls, the floor, that kind of stuff. But also I'm using mods from Storied Past and one from Wolfgar 7474. Both of which have mods that introduce new furniture and stuff like that. So I need a place to put those things to check them out. So that's what this is going to be about here. So basically I'm trying to decide whether I'm laying out the house. I was kind of thinking here, and I was kind of thinking maybe here where the campfire is, like directly across from this. I may need to think about that a little bit more. Maybe I'll start putting some foundations down to kind of get an idea of that. So let me do that. We'll see where I land on that. Okay, well that didn't take long. I said, well, let me start here, let me put down some of this here, and I was like, you know what, yeah, the idea was to build here, and then I would be within like a close distance of the workshop. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll do something else over there. But I forgot to tell you why the crates were out here. This was kind of a new thing to me that I really liked. So we've got these crates here, and if I bring up this foundation here, you can see on the right that it requires 12 stone and 10 sticks. And that I apparently have a lot of those. You can see the numbers are 77 and 46. Actually, that's odd. 40. Oh, I have one in my inventory. I have 45 in the crate and one in my inventory. Now, this was really cool to me to discover that it was actually counting resources that were in a crate for me. I could use them. I don't think that was a thing before. If it was, I apologize. I missed that. But I feel like that might be a crate kind of thing. And I hadn't messed with the crates as far as I recall. I think that's new since my last time in the game, but I love that. It's awesome. So anyway, that's really cool. I put those out here. I actually discovered it on accident. I was out here kind of like, well, where do I want to build? And I had the block out like this, and I was like, wait, it says I have resources. And I moved about like here, I think, and they disappeared. And I realized it was because I was too far away from the house where the crates were. So anyway, I put some out here so I had room to move. Pretty cool. And then you could see, you know, that it's 45 sticks right now. This threw me off as well. 45 sticks, and I thought, well, it takes 10, but it only goes down 1. But I forgot these little foundations don't take much. You still have to hammer in the rest of the sticks. So anyway, we have a 2x4. I'm trying to think about how big I want this. There's a number of pieces of furniture. I think I can kind of cram them in a bit. Maybe I'll do a second floor. I'm not sure. That would leave room for some stairs on one side and like here, and then like maybe some kind of upstairs thing. I don't really have a plan for this. I just thought I would put down, you know, 3x4 or something along those lines. So I think we could probably go with that. I might do something weird. I'm always really into like things being symmetrical, which was not the case back in this place. I did the stairs on the other side. But sometimes I try to force myself not to be symmetrical. I'm like, you know what? Don't be symmetrical. Just do something different. So I might do some weird like L shape to this, or something like that. Maybe with like the stairs that walk in like this, and then I've got the full 3x4. Could be cool. I don't know, maybe we'll do a rounded corner on something, but I think that's a start. I'll get the mallet out, and oh, I have to make a mallet again. I'll make one of those and get to hammering. I was gonna say I don't think I have the resources on me for that, but I do have them over there. So why don't I go ahead and do that? Get some of that started. Well, I'm just mining away here, actually trying to get more sandstone. I've been blowing through the resources. Had to make a couple stops. Fortunately, it's not too hard to get sticks in the sandstone. The sandstone is everywhere. Just got back here. I've already got 9 pretty quickly. You could see I dug out, you know, more of that gold, but have been also trying to get some of this, some of the sandstone dug up. Let me run you back and kind of show you where we're at so far. I'm like, oh, we'll just get a few more though. And you'll see that I've got quite a bit done. I put the doorways up. I always like to know where the doors are going to go. It just kind of helps me with everything else. I want to extend the stone out here and do like a deck. It was funny, I actually had my wood mallet, and the wood mallet wasn't good enough. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I did make the iron one. This is actually my second one. So let's see. Step up in here. So I've got this guy burning. Of course, I can put the torch away. This was only like 2 ingots or whatever, so it seemed to take any ingot. So I did copper, since I've got that, and that just lights right up. So I forgot it takes no fuel or anything. So anyway, that gives me some light in here. You can see I've got like 2 windows here, 2 doorways. So we're gonna step out onto like a little balcony out here. I think would be cool, since by the quote-unquote water. And then I did do stairs. Obviously this is just a ramp right now because it's not built. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. And it is dark, unfortunately, so we don't get a really good look at the color yet. But in the morning we'll probably have a pretty good view of this. Obviously I can break the torch out, but it's hard to tell how much the torch is lighting that, making it that color. Really want to see it in the bright daylight. Well, food has been actually easier than I remember it, and I don't remember if they've changed any of the recipes or anything, but what you can find out here really easily in the desert is these cactus. They're like everywhere, and they have this fruit, and you can actually combine them with roots to make this salad. So I've been kind of living off that because it doesn't take much of it. Here, let me show you. So here you can see it basically takes 3 roots, or if you had the lettuce you could do that, and 2 of the fruits there, and I've got both of those. These are very easy to get in this area, so just kind of trying to crank some of these out. Let me actually grab one of these again. I've been kind of slowly eating here. So you can see it gives me a pretty good chunk. I'm gonna say it's like 25% or something. I'm seeing the numbers. I'm like, I guess I could know for sure by looking at the numbers, but anyway, it's pretty straightforward. Again, I seem to recall it being a bit harder. You know, when I was first here, there's pumpkins that are growing back there, so I was kind of spam eating those and roots and the fruits directly, but I was like, you know, let me check the campfire, and sure enough, that salad is very easy to make. So anyway, realized I hadn't really talked much about the food, but here in the desert, but it's pretty straightforward. So as you can see, I've actually got quite a bit done here. I'm terrible at jumping up on things. Ooh, you gotta do it early. I did kind of finish this up. I changed this. I actually had the wood frame for windows, but I took them out and decided to do the doorway and stick the timbers in. I did a thing like this before in a big fort I did that looked down. It was like when you stood on a balcony looking down in the central area. So I thought I would just kind of do the same and then leave this open. And I got cheap with these. They don't have the doors. I tend to do that. I get lazy because those take metal parts and everything. Not that I don't have metal. That hasn't been hard to get. I'm just lazy to use it. So anyway, here we go. We actually have the first floor essentially done. I made 2 more of these fire things because they're so cheap, and they were really helping me during the nights when I was kind of putting this together. So anyway, pretty far along. You could see the color though of this wall, and this is kind of what I was talking about. This is what I've been wanting to show you, is just how cool this matches the desert. It's kind of funny. If you played Conan, the new Conan game, this might kind of give you that vibe or kind of remind you of that. It does for me anyway. The walls and like the desert look. Kind of cool. So additionally, as you probably saw because I was over there, I made the little deck out here. I had stairs, but I took those out. Or did I leave them in under there? No, I did take them out. And I put columns under here too for support, but I really only did the first 2 stone and then I left the others. Again, that's my laziness. I don't know, probably go around and hammer those out and finish them, but I figured for now it was cool. So anyway, now that I can kind of walk out of here, it's kind of like you can run along this little deck. I may fill the rest of this in so I can kind of run more along this way without having to try and do my weem jump. But anyway, it's definitely a start. I may do, like with the wood, I may do some kind of railing out here. I'm not entirely sure just yet. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do the upstairs portion. I know that I need a floor right here to step out onto. Am I getting stuck on that? I'm like clipping through here. Huh, that was weird. I don't recall doing this last night, but oh well. So yes, we've got a ton of stuff we can make. Now I was actually looking in here before and I was like, I thought when I moused over it would tell me whose mod was involved for these different pieces in here. Well, last night I was kind of crafting things and realized you can actually see it in here. So let me show you some stuff real quick. Jump in here. So if we come down in here, you can see we've got this guy, and it's here in the yellow. You can see that's immersive furnishings. So that's a storied past. That's one of his mods. And there's all kinds of other things we can do too from the different mods. Here's the one, Royal Objects, from Wolfgar 7474's mod. So anyway, I want to get into some of this. Now, one of the things I noticed, and maybe if Storied is watching, if you're watching this, one of the things I noticed is I'm getting a lot of these palm tree logs. Now, if I make them into timber, they just become normal timber. There's not like a palm tree timber. But when you go to make some of this stuff, it will require logs. So if I mouse over this, or click it, you can see it takes log, and it just says straight up log. But one of these, I'm trying to remember which one it was. One of these actually said log. I'm not going to find it, am I? I could describe it to you. One of the items in here basically required log, but what it said on the mouse over was it said log, and then underneath its description there it said like log equivalent, and it said palm tree log. So I can't make this right now, even though I have logs. You can see I put 2 in here. But the mod, at least for this piece anyway, I haven't looked through everything, it's looking for a plain log. So for me to get that, I've got to leave the desert, which is not too, it's not a big problem. There is stuff that's kind of nearby. What I've been doing also for the palm trees is I've been going just outside and around the corner. There's like a little crossroad with more palm trees. I was trying to like not take all the trees from here, but in going back out there, I think some were reappearing, and I seem to recall that was the thing, right? They respawn, weem. So anyway, not really an issue, but yeah, I need some of those regular logs. So I may have to make some kind of run out there because I do want to make the stuff from the mod. So we will be making a journey at some point. Well, as you can see, I made a bit of a journey out in the woods. I've actually been running around all over the place. Yeah, I needed clay to do some stuff. I had to read online a bit, and it wasn't going to be out in the desert, even though I dug a little bit of Swiss cheese in the area. Like, well, I'll try. It says it's not under sand or anything. I do have dirt. I'm thinking now maybe I didn't go deep enough because I did get down into here, and I just hit some. So I was going to just go ahead and eat this, even though kind of wasteful, but these are pretty easy to make. Just to give myself another slot. You can see I've got clay here finally. You can see I've got all this dirt, and I've even ditched some before. This is actually the second shovel I'm on. I made a copper one and was like, yeah, copper's good enough. Went through that one, and well, I made another copper. another copper shovel, but that's fine. It worked pretty good. I was just digging a lot. What can you do, right? It's soft metal, I guess. So anyway, I'm finally getting some clay in here, which is great. I thought maybe you could make it, but it didn't seem like that was the case. I thought, oh, maybe you can, like, maybe they provided a way for you to mix dirt with something, but it didn't look like that was the case. I'm just happy to have just found it. It's very cool because it means there's probably some in my area. I just didn't go deeper than like this back in the desert, so which is like just over the hill. So anyway, I feel like I could go back and try for some more, but also while I was out here, I was going to grab some trees. Obviously my inventory is pretty full. I had chopped down some trees nearby, but I'm just going to ditch the dirt and then grab up some trees and be back on my way. That way. Well, it's been a rough patch here trying to get things going, kind of facing different obstacles over the last day or two. And what I want to do is I want to grab some sticks. Kind of thought I would just make some things really quick as we wind up the rest of this episode. I already put some clay in here and some larger stones because I need to make like 10. I think I have enough for that. Yeah. What I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to make the oven because this is a new thing, as I recall. And then I needed the sticks. Oh yeah, I got to put them in there. And then we've got the clay. I did collect 33. None here. I came back here and dug around for a while. I actually did a tunnel. You can see my shovel broke. I dug a pretty deep tunnel and didn't run into clay here, so I'll probably have to go back out into the woods somewhere to get more clay. So maybe there's something better to be using clay on, but the oven looked kind of cool. So I thought I would check it out. And we got the stuff for it now. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Maybe inside this building? I don't know how much room we've got. Let's see how this goes here. We'll go ahead and stick this guy well, in our inventory first. And then let's also see, I wanted to see what this one was again. So we needed 2 logs, and they did get logs. We needed large stone. I've only got the 1, but that's not true. I've got more stone here. I'll just take out some of those. Put those in there, and then we needed 2 logs. And I put the logs out here. I came back with a good number. I guess 6. Didn't have a whole lot of room to bring back a ton. Again, these are regular logs, not the palm tree logs. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and I found something to show you. I ran into it. It was the furnace. This guy. Forge. Forge? Oh man, I had it, you guys. I wanted to show you. Smithy? Okay, there we go. See, when I mouse over log at the bottom there, it says equivalent items, log, palm tree log. So anyway, like I was saying, for the mod here right now, you have to have a normal log, which was one of the reasons why I was collecting those. So anyway, I got scared of just seeing that. I was like, wait, I have logs. You gotta put them in here, Weem. There we go. So we can actually make this now, the hearth fire, and this is part of Storead's mods here. So the immersive furnishings. Let's go ahead and do that. I've been really curious about this one. So we're gonna go ahead and put this, I think, in the I think we're going to put this in the new building because it's like a sandstone thing, I think. And I don't know, just that's what this building is for, is to put mod furniture and stuff in here. So let's pick this up and we are going to place that guy. Actually, you know what? I've got a couple other things I think we can make too. Let's kind of, I'm going to make what I can and see if we can get some more stuff down first. Okay, I thought I would jump back in there and see if there was a few more things I could make before placing this one down. Really, I was just able to make the vanity. I had to scrape together, I had to make some metal parts and get some timbers and stuff made. Not too difficult, but looking through some of the other stuff, I needed to put together a few more things, and I'm running short on time myself here, so I thought, you know what, this is good enough. This one's from Wolfgar's mods, his Royal Object mods, and then we've got a Storead mod. This is from his mod here, Hearthfire, and then of course we've got just the oven from the game, which is just a new workbench that I have not got to check out myself. So kind of one of each, right? One from the game and one each from the 2 mods I'm running. So this is the vanity. So let's check this. I'm trying to think of where to put this. Maybe I'll put this here against this wall. Something like this. Could be cool. Like somewhat centered. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Pretty cool. Can't interact with this, so it's not storage or anything, but I'm trying to see. What is that a reflection of? It's kind of, it's got this material. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. Huh. Pretty cool. I like it. Very cool. Let's see. And then we've got the hearth fire, which I was going to say, depending on the size. So it's not the sandstone, it is the regular stone. But I was going to say, depending on its size, I may center it. Let's kind of walk up here a bit. Something like this. Oh, you know, yeah, we could put it like kind of centered here. Right up here. That could be cool. Let me see how big it is this way. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of being able to walk up and look out the window here. So maybe, yeah, we'll keep it rotated, something like that. Let's put that down. Cool. F to light it. Ooh, it's super loud. Crunchy. Looks great, though. That's really cool. That'll look really cool, too, from outside, like at night and everything. Well, it might look like the place is on fire. Maybe that's best out on the patio or the porch thing. It's kind of big, though, to be out there. But I like that. That's cool. So let's get the oven down. That's kind of the last thing I wanted to put down. And again, before I forget, their mods, Wolfgar 7474 and Storied Past, their mods, I have those linked in the description. So here we've got the oven. I guess I don't have room for that here, do I? I could put it up here for now. Maybe that's the best bet. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's just stick it on this wall for now. We can obviously move these things pretty easily. Cool. F to access the inventory. Okay, so it's got food here. Similar to the other stuff, but yeah, I knew you could do bread. I think bread might be the only addition. I think these other things you can make in the campfire, but still, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Okay, well, anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it at that. I'm going to splash through the not-so-water here. But pretty good day. Got the foundation, got walls down here. Pretty good episode. It's been multiple days in-game, but we got a nice start there. Just like the wood shack, I've got the kind of lower portion set up, and I may do a lot of the upper portion off camera, so maybe next time you're here, if you come back to see more, this thing will be done or mostly done. Maybe like this guy, I will have like patches missing. My laziness, leaving little holes in it, but anyway, at least it'll be kind of on its way. I like the idea of maybe doing a building here and connecting it with this like deck as well. When I did that, I was like, oh, I could connect, like build a wood building here or something. I don't know, but anyway, I think it's a pretty good start so far. I've got some mining to do to get some more sandstone because I keep blowing through that. So I'm going to be doing that a little bit later. More wood, more everything really, right? So I'm going to be doing a lot of that so that next time you guys are here, I can have things pretty progressed and jump into some other stuff. I don't really have a plan for the next episode on exactly what I'm working on, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys come back next time, and I will catch you then.